Songbird, I'm sorry
For what?
that your husband is dead.
Hey, win some, lose some.
That's pretty harsh.
Look, stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you mine. Last few years, Graham gave up trying to be anything other than the dullard he really was. If it weren't for the kudos for being married, I'd have dumped him months ago. You're new here, so a word of advice? You want to win in Union City? Learn the rules and play the game.
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert Foster.
Songbird.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Graham?
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
Tell me more about Graham.
Why do you want to know?
I think he might have been involved in something.
What do you mean?
I came to Union City from the Gap because I was investigating a mysterious...
Oh, for Joey's sake, not you too. Blah blah conspiracy, blah blah giant dog. Graham was the perfect husband until he started getting crazy ideas. Why couldn't he just have an affair like a normal person?
Could Graham have had anything to do with kidnapping?
For both our sakes, I hope not.
Can I ask you about some missing children?
I'd rather you didn't.
What were you saying about kudos?
Were you born yesterday?
Let's just say I'm new here.
Okay, newbie. Here's how it works in Union City. Be a good example, stay happy, and you get kudos.
Which you spend?
Well, kinda, but not really. The higher your kudos level, the lower you are in the city. Simple.
So kudos is bad?
Aren't you listening? Lower. Lower is better.
What's with the Alonso guy?
Guy, I believe you're referring to Mentor Alonso from the Ministry of Well-Being. He's a high-ranking official. And we've just lied straight to his face.
Quite the team, huh?
If he knew what's really going on, I dread to think how far my kudos would plummet.
And what about me?
Arrested, deported, I don't know, not important.
Graham was a conspiracy theorist?
Always was. But before he went missing, he really changed. He became secretive. Used to close the terminal whenever I came into the room.
That's not that strange.
And he started spending a lot of time in the bathroom. And then he just disappeared.
Okay, that's the weird bit. Is Alonso coming back here?
For both our sakes, I hope not. But I'm not risking it, so don't even think about doing anything stupid.
Nothing stupid? For how?
Very amusing. Until my kudos is back on track. But for now, you are Graham.
Looks like Graham was quite the photographer.
Oh, he was dreadful. At first I thought he was an artist. Then I found out he used those ridiculous antique cameras. It took hours to see the finished photographs. And he took forever fussing with the lighting. The only good thing about his photographs is that I'm in most of them.
What do you know about the council?
They run the city. You know, like they always have since Joey left.
Can I speak to them?
Not with Graham's ID, you can't.
You work for the Ministry of Comfort?
Sure do. It might not sound prestigious, but without us, the city falls down.
You don't seem the type to settle for a cleaning job.
Cleaning supervisor, thank you very much. And you'll find in Union City, it's not...
How so?
You know, get the job done, don't get in trouble, keep a smile on your face, the usual.
What can you tell me about the Minister for Comfort?
The terminal has their details. Look there if you want to know more.
So you need a higher kudos to get lower?
Of course. That industrial pit up there hovers over me like a storm cloud. And this middle level is simply beneath me.
I think I understand what you mean.
But the lower level, now they are my kind of people. They've got standards that you don't see enough of round here.
How can I raise my kudos level?
With kudos, obviously.
So how do I get more kudos?
Well, isn't that just the question? Like I said, be happy, get points.
But how can you be happy when you've just found out your husband is dead?
You think I'm not sad on the inside? No one's gonna give me a medal for having a dead husband.
But
Let's talk about something else, eh? My points have already dipped way too much today, thanks to you.
who's this contact you mentioned?
Bad news, as far as my kudos level is concerned.
What do you mean?
Graham was always rambling on about this hacker friend of his. Had a daft name. Leet, I think.
Any idea where I could find Leet?
Probably somewhere up top, with the other degenerates. If I were you, I'd stay away.
Did Leet believe in Graham's conspiracies?
Believe? Pretty sure he's where Graham got him from. Bad influence all round.
So Alonso is pretty important, huh?
And the last person we need on our word of advice. If you see him again, watch your step. And your mouth.
So, about Leet,
Not someone I care to discuss.
I need to find him.
He's not here.
What can you tell me about the Minister for Comfort?
The terminal has their details. Look there if you want to know more.
That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
A collection of toy animals were lined up in little baskets. One was missing. Jasmine. I didn't think Songbird would appreciate me rummaging through her things. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on. In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on. Chipworth?
Hello, Master Graham.
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
The mentor, Alonso, seemed to be arguing with someone. The Gang had a ferocious beak. I was lucky not to lose a finger. The Gang had a ferocious beak. I was lucky not to lose a finger. Here you go. Whatever was in the box, Graham had clearly not wanted anyone to find it. Inside was a small glass lens. It had deep cuts scored across its surface. But that wasn't all. Tucked beneath was a photograph. A picture of a stalker. A child's face pressed against the window. Suddenly I realized that it wasn't just Milo. It was clear that multiple children were being taken into the city, and somehow Graham was connected to it. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on. The shelf was loaded with books on management, business theory, and military strategy.
Excuse me, Songbird?
Hello, husband.
Are you a collector?
What?
Toys. You have quite the collection.
Oh, yes. The whole set of cuddly kiddies. Even the limited edition Mama Bear from 5 years back. Well, I did have the whole set, at least.
Did something happen?
Bartleby went missing, that's what. I asked Graham about it and he denied all knowledge. Then, when I tried to use the Mama Bear tracker to find dear Bartleby, he threw her across the room.
Clumsy.
Clumsy. Those bears were my engagement gift. He hid Bartleby just to spite me.
Graham had taken Songbird's toy Bilby, but I couldn't figure out what he'd have wanted with it. Wherever he'd gone, Graham clearly didn't want to be tracked.
What's a mama bear tracker?
What do you think? It tracks her babies.
Her babies?
The cuddly kiddies. Most toys in Union City are tracker-enabled. Lost toys mean screaming babies. Unless you got a tracker.
Mind if I have a look at the tracker?
Go ahead, though the screen is broken. Squeeze the left ear to turn it on.
That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
It looked like Graham had taken Bartleby and didn't want it tracked. I had a hunch that he had taken it to Leet, but had no idea why. The device was now on, but with the screen broken, I'd need to find another way to get at the data. I wondered why Graham had taken a children's toy.
Hello there. I'm Mama Bear.
Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties. Are you looking for one of my children?
I'm okay right now.
Remember, if you lose someone, you can always talk to me.
The image being displayed on the holoplinth had changed. The plinth was showing the toy's tracking data. I could just about work out that the hologram showed the apartment building. Hello, Chipworth.
Hello, Master Graham.
Do I know someone called Leet?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, sir.
Why's that?
When Sir was shorter and stouter, it was made very clear that I was not to discuss such information with anyone, not even Sir himself.
Okay. Do you know if I know someone called Leet?
Excellent loophole, sir. Yes, I do know with absolute certainty whether Sir knows someone called Lee.
That's good enough for me. Have a super day, Chipworth.
Serving you, sir. Every day is super.
Ahem.
Excuse me, Songbird?
Hello, husband.
What does Bartley Bilby look like?
Bartleby is a bilby. Adorable, long ears. Like a bandicoot and a rabbit all rolled into one. At least he was, before he went missing.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
The plinth was showing the toy's tracking data. I could just about work out that the hologram showed the apartment building.
Dear me, a terrible situation. Very troubling indeed.
Mentor, given your experience, your input here would be greatly appreciated.
Orana, isn't it? You strike me as a fine young officer of the Ministry of Well-Being. Would you say that's an accurate description?
I'm flattered, sir.
Your record is exemplary, I believe.
I do my best, sir.
I'm sure you do. So please, don't let me down. Fix this mess.
Mess? You mean the girl?
The whole untidy situation.
Yes, sir.
Atta girl! Keep a smile on your face. After all, it's Aspiration Day, isn't it? The happiest day of the year.
I'll take care of it, sir.
I know you will. By the way, a call to pest control wouldn't go amiss.
Of course, sir.
Meanwhile, I shall isolate this area until this unfortunate incident has been resolved.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your advice.
We're all here to learn from each other. Take care now.
Pardon me, miss!
Who, me? Hey! You can see forever up here! You know, be free!
Miss, you have to be careful.
Careful or careless? I know which one I want to be!
Why don't you come down, yes? Miss Dijon, is that right? Raquel Dijon.
Yeah! That's... me. I think...
Raquel,
Raquel? Did you say Raquel?
you need to come down.
What? Where am I? Oh no! Help! Help!
Hearing her name had triggered a total change in the girl's behavior. I needed to find a way to get her down before she fell.
Commencing spray. Please stand back. Water tank depleted. Water refill complete. Commencing spray. Please stand back. Water tank depleted.
With no hand scanners, I figured they were intended for droids. With no hand scanners, I figured they were intended for droids.
Water tank depleted. Commencing refill. Water refill complete. Commencing spray. Please stand back. Water tank depleted. Commencing refill. Water refill complete.
Are you okay?
No! I don't know how I got up here! Raquel! Raquel Dijon! Don't panic! I'm from the Ministry of Wellbeing.
How can we help?
Nothing to see here, sir. I suggest you go back inside and enjoy some screen-based entertainment.
Excuse me? I'd like to make a complaint.
Please, both of you, I'm a welfare officer. I know how to deal with this kind of problem. I just need to check the negotiation protocol.
Well, thank goodness the Ministry is on this. It's all very distracting.
Can you see any way down from there?
No! And everything's wet now thanks to that robot.
Think you can get on the robot when it passes?
I could try. But what if...
We'll catch you. You can do it.
I rather doubt she can.
Can't you try and be more encouraging?
You have a reasonably good eye for aesthetics.
Thank you! Now, grab on tight. We'll be right underneath you.
You'll be fine.
Human grip strength is famously reliable. Only in short bursts.
Okay, here goes.
Commencing spray. Please stand back. Water tank depleted. Commencing refill. Water refill complete.
How do you feel, Raquel? Are you okay?
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that's all sorted. Shall I call a pod for her?
I've got it from here, thank you. Raquel, what were you even doing up there?
I don't know. I don't really remember anything.
Water
Excuse me,
refill
sir.
complete.
The girl looked glad to be back on solid ground.
Spray.
Excuse me?
Stand back.
Mr. Grundy. Oh, Mr. Grundy.
Mr. Grundy?
Bravo, Mr. Grundy. Your actions in this situation were sublime, albeit unconventional. The local noise levels have already returned to normal, and the building will soon sparkle again.
I'm more concerned about the girl. Is she gonna be okay?
Yes, blah, 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 and all that. Officer, wouldn't you say that Mr. Grundy's actions today warrant a kudos boost, hmm?
Of course. Thank you for the suggestion.
Tarquin, miss.
Orana. Orana Newblood.
Yeah, like the guy said. Graham Grundy.
Mr. Grundy?
Will she be in trouble for the graffiti?
Well, no real harm done. The droid will clean it up, eventually. That said, her kudos rating will take a hit.
All because she defaced Joey?
People loved Joey, and what he did for us.
Joey was my friend. We did so much together.
Well, he might be gone, but he's not forgotten. You can find out about our savior at the Museum of New History.
You mentioned I could find out about Joey in a museum?
Yes, the Museum of New History has exhibits about how he transformed the city. I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to learn about him and his legacy.
A museum dedicated to Joey? He'd be proud of that for sure.
Well, it's not all Joey. They have a special exhibit about the previous administration. Old technology, maps, that sort of thing. My advice, though, is to avoid dwelling on the past. Anyway, taking in some culture is good for you. Find it at the Piazza if you get the chance.
I'm on the trail of a missing kid called Milo. I think he's somewhere in Union City.
That shouldn't be difficult. Any Greta terminal will be able to find him via U-chip.
No, that won't help. He was brought here from the Gap.
That's not possible.
I assure you.
Where did you say you worked, Mr. Grundy?
That'd be the Ministry of Comfort.
I suggest you concentrate on your work and leave well-being issues to the appropriate ministry.
So, do you work here?
I'm an officer for the Ministry of Well-being.
You often have to talk girls off high ledges?
My first one.
You did a good job.
Thanks.
What is the Reflection Spa?
What is the... Are you feeling okay, Graham? Everyone this side of the industrial level has heard of Reflections.
Oh, you mean that Reflection Spa. It's been a long day.
Next, you'll be asking me to tell you about this Joey guy.
No, I'm familiar. Raquel. Is she always like that?
What do you mean?
Well, I met her earlier and she seemed like a totally different person.
She's been through a big ordeal. Nothing that a trip to the Reflection Spa won't sort out.
How is the girl doing?
She'll be fine. This sort of trauma is best handled at the Reflection Spa.
I guess I should get going.
Yeah, well, thanks for your help.
I suppose I should thank you too.
No problem. You take care.
You too, Mr. Grundy. If you need any well-being support, just ask for me at Agrita Terminal. Orana Newblood. Come on, Raquel. Let's get you to the spa. You'll be feeling better in no time. No need to worry, Raquel. You're safe now. Happy faces all round, right? In fact, this calls for a celebration. It is Aspiration Day after all.
Oh, goodness. Is it?
All day. And you know what would be the best end to a day like this? A trip to the Reflection Spa. I'll pull a string or two, and we'll get you straight to the front of the line.
Commencing spray. please stand back. Water tank depleted.
Got a minute?
Apologies if my loquacious musings disturbed one. What blessed relief that ghastly incident was resolved without loss of life.
Yeah, poor kid was acting really weird.
Weird as in eerie, weird as in unnatural, weird as in humorous.
Eerie, yes. Unnatural, yes. Humorous, no.
Oh, shame. One is seeking humorous anecdotes to include in one's poem. On a scale of 0 to 1, how humorous would you say that incident was?
You mean the girl? 0.
That is very helpful, thank you. The poet laureate Reginald Arthur Schnippel Esquire sends his regards and/or condolences as appropriate.
How nice of you, Reginald.
Correction, sir. If one may be so bold, Mr. Schnippel is of course sir's human neighbour. How sir might mistake yours truly, Tarquin, for our beloved poet laureate is beyond imagining.
What do you think about the graffiti?
As an artiste, I find... Of course, the vandalism does somewhat detract from the piece.
So you like the graffiti?
I said it was a valid but as art goes, it's not too abhorrent.
Who are you again?
Tarquin, Fidelis Mark II domestic savant, at your service.
So you're a servant?
Savant, please. I am a highly engineered personal aid.
Do you work in these apartments?
Of course, Master Grundy. Sir and I have been neighbors for 147 days and 11 hours.
I'm Graham Grundy.
Of course, sir.
So we've met before?
Of course, sir.
When's the last time you saw me?
Master Grundy, one is sure one doesn't need to remind sir that one works with sir's neighbor.
One would need one to remind one.
Ah, does sir mean sir would need one to remind sir, or one would need sir to remind one?
One is not...
Aha, sir is referring to one...
yes.
Sir is too kind. And yet, if only one could translate grammatical prowess into poetic inspiration.
Have you heard any reports of missing children?
Why, no, Master Graham. If anyone went missing, I'm sure AI Officer Greta would find their U-chips.
What if they were from...
Well, surely AI Officer Greta would find them by their newly implanted U-chips.
Fair enough.
For all his poetry, Tarquin was still a Union City droid.
See you later, Tarquin.
Will I?
Huh? It's just a phrase.
Shall we schedule in another meeting?
I don't think that's necessary.
Such ambiguity. A tortured soul. Alas, I am inspired.
Commencing rebuild.
This particular spot seemed popular with the local birds.
Commencing spray. Please stand back.
Pod has been requested. Please wait for embarkation. Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
I needed to find more information on Graham's contact before I could decide where to go next.
Sorry, Monopod. I think that I'll stay here.
No problem, Citizen Graham.
Commencing spray. Please.
Excuse me, Songbird?
What is it, Graham?
That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
Commencing refill. Water refill complete.
Hello again.
Good day, Master Grundy.
So you like the graffiti?
To be honest, it's slowly becoming rather old hat.
Bye for now.
Before you depart, may I use you as a sort of muse?
Depends. Are you writing a romance?
I had something of a tragedy in mind.
I'd rather you didn't.
Commencing spray. Please stand back. Water tank depleted.
The cleaning robot was clearly designed to carry heavy water tanks.
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
I needed to find more information on Graham's contact before I could decide where to go next.
Sorry, Monopod. I think that I'll stay here.
No problem, Citizen Graham.
Commencing spray. Please stand.
Ahem!
Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is not your residence.
Excuse me, please.
Excuse me.
Hello, Master Graham.
What's this about a celebration tonight?
The Aspiration Day Gala. Madame Songbird is so looking forward to it. It has populated approximately 83% of our conversations. In fact, any time someone spoke of it, your heart rate would elevate and you would perspire, sir. Heavily.
Is that why Graham left?
Is Sir referring to himself? Or a friend also named Graham?
Do I have any friends?
None, sir.
So, what do you do, Chipworth?
Whatever Sir desires.
So if I told you to set...
Sadly, sir.
Shame.
We are what we are.
At least as far as anyone else needs to know. Do you know someone called Leet?
He was never my acquaintance, sir.
Songbird doesn't seem too upset about her husband.
And why would she?
Sounds...
I'm confident Madame Songbird's affection was simply kept hidden, on the inside.
I'd like to hear more about Songbird.
May I suggest that, sir, or perhaps check her social media presence? That's how Madame has traditionally spoken to you.
Have a super day, Chipworth.
Serving you, sir. Every day is super.
The seal had been vandalized. Poor Joey.
Commencing refill.
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
I needed to find more information on Graham's contact before I could decide where to go next.
Sorry, Monopod. I think that I'll stay here.
No problem, Citizen Graham.
Water tank depleted.
Got a minute?
Is something the matter?
Hello again.
Good day, Master Grundy.
See you soon, Tarquin.
I do hope that I'll also be seeing you. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, Songbird?
Hello, husband.
About Graham.
Just leave it already.
What can you tell me about the Minister for Comfort?
The terminal has their details. Look there if you want to know more.
So, about Leet.
Not someone I...
I need to find him.
He's not here.
Bye, Songbird.
Yeah.
Excuse me, please.
I couldn't access Graham's messages. I added that to my list of things to look into. The climate controls looked complicated, except for the big switch marked Windows.
Excuse me, please.
Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties. Are you looking for one of my children?
Carl Koala.
Don't worry, child. Look.
Commencing spray.
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
I needed to find more information on Graham's contact before I could decide where to go next.
Sorry, Monopod. I think that I'll stay here.
No problem, Citizen Graham.
Excuse me, Songbird?
What now?
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Commencing spray. Please stand back. Water tank depleted.
Someone had spilt paint on the floor. Looked like someone planned on doing some painting. With no hand scanners, I figured they were intended for droids.
Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is not your residence. Commencing spray. Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is not your residence.
The box was for a deluxe hollow plinth replacement lens. There was nothing inside. A printer? It was rare to see one of those. The device was on, but the screen was still blank and broken. Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties. Are you looking for one of my children?
I'm looking for Bartleby Bilby.
Don't worry, child. Look at my tummy to find your missing friend.
The device was on, but the screen was still blank and broken. The plinth was showing the toy's tracking data. All I needed to do was locate the area code E1594. Find the tracker, find Leet. lead. A map reference.
Welcome, Citizen Graham.
E1594.
Where would you
Graham
like
had
to
put
go?
a tracker there. Maybe it was the key to finding his hacker friend Leet.
The Piazza is the place for me.
It would be my pleasure, Citizen Graham.
Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos.
And you've been keeping up with your daily polls?
You bet. I can't wait to find out about the new Spankles flavor of the month.
Don't forget to vote for the new elected officials.
Whatever. Spankles!
Anyway, I'm pleased to see your well-being in such good shape. Mr. Grundy, I didn't expect to see you again so soon.
Busy day, huh?
I'll say. Raquel is over in the reflection spa as we speak. I thought you'd want to know.
Thanks for looking after her.
No, thank you. You showed some real quick thinking back there. Now, how can I help you?
Does the location E1594 mean anything to you?
Well, E1594? That's just an area code based on the old map system. Totally obsolete. That system hasn't been used for years.
E1594 was an obsolete code. There had to be a way of finding that location.
What are you doing here?
As a well-being officer, I like to be around people, promoting well-being for everybody.
Good to get out and about, I guess.
Well, it is Aspiration Day.
Tell me about yourself, Arana.
Me?
Hey, everyone's...
True. Well...
Where from?
The Gap.
Yeah, well, I thought...
Honestly... And what I do remember? It wasn't exactly luxury.
This is quite the place, isn't it?
The Piazza? You make it sound like you've never seen it before.
Oh, no, I mean there's a certain something in the air, isn't there?
That's Aspiration Day for you. Just wait for tonight's celebrations.
They'll be amazing. As usual, I'm sure. Thanks, Arana.
Have a great Aspiration Day, Mr. Grundy.
Arana seemed to be stationed all over the city. I needed to stay in her good books if I were to maintain my disguise. It was a statue of my friend Joey. I couldn't imagine why they would have erected it. As much as I'd missed Joey, my first priority had to be finding Milo.
Calling all social climbers. Customize your aspiration brooch here.
Leet was my only lead to discovering Graham's connection to the Stalker. And the obsolete map reference E1594 was the only lead I had to finding Leet. As I surveyed the room, I was greeted by a familiar face.
Hello, darling!